Alright, so welcome back to Fanfiction Idea, and these are just random story ideas that I think of. I hope you all had a nice Christmas or whatever. So, yeah, let's get into it, talking about this new idea. This is not like a crossover idea, this is just just a fun idea I had of basically, just a fun Superman idea. And this is called Superman Superplanet. So basically what this is just kind of like Spider Island, but on a more massive scale. And essentially what this is one day Superman is just in Metropolis doing his whole thing, and then next thing he knows, he starts seeing this pattern of people who are starting to exhibit like Superman like powers just like him. So he's starting to investigate, and he's seeing more and more people, not just in Metropolis, but across the globe. So people who were just normal humans are now getting all the powers of Superman across the globe at an alarming rate. It's almost like a pandemic. So, and here's the thing. It's not affecting metahumans. It's not affecting, people like Wonder Woman or the Flash or other characters who have abilities or are alien or magic. It's just normal human beings. So characters like Green Arrow and Batman, all of them, are getting these powers. And the problem is, everyone who is just a normal human being is getting powers. I wanted to do this fun idea I wanted to have is that now that Green Arrow has these abilities, he's not depending on like the flight and all that, although he does think it's cool. He's like, man, Oliver, I want to have a scene where Oliver is just flying through the air, and he's like, man, I can see why Clark loves doing this. This is cool. Hey, you think I could pee on somebody from up here? And Diana and Dinah, who is metahuman, she doesn't have Ollie's powers because again she is metahuman, so it doesn't count. She's like, don't, Ollie, please. But now Oliver like hones in his supervision. Like he already had excellent sight, but now with that telescope, that supervision he's now got. And mixed with the super strength, he can now just shoot all around the world. Like, he can shoot his arrow across the globe. So yeah, that's another major thing. Batman, however, is kind of like viewing this as like a crutch. He's like, all this power that Clark has, he knows how to use it, and I'm not dinging him for it. I don't, this is just going to make me big, useless, and clunky. I need to fight from the shadows. I need to, I'm not Clark. So he's trying and he's like, the other thing is that Batman's now working on a whole new center of gravity because of how powerful he is. Like, during a fight with Croc, he nearly kills Croc by punching him. Croc isn't affected because he does have a regenerative ability, so he is kind of metahuman class. But when he like punches Croc, he like almost caves in his whole chest. He like breaks several ribs. Like, oh my god. So now Batman is dealing with something that he has never really encountered before. He now has to, hone all of his abilities. He has to retrain himself all over again. Like, he's not used to flying. He's not used to shooting energy beams. And he feels vulnerable now. Like, he feels kind of vulnerable and scared of himself. Like, if he's not careful, he could either kill someone or get, drunk off the power. That's the other major thing that Bruce is dealing with, is that he doesn't want to get drunk off this power and like feel like I don't want to be like a dictator in my city. And to which Bruce is like, are you sure you don't want to? Because you sometimes I'll come back to you, Bruce. I got other shit to deal with. So also, yes, Lex also has powers now. And the first thing he does is like, hey, Superman! Boom! You, like, and Luthor, Clark goes to Luthor because he thinks, like, first and foremost, it's Lex. It's gotta be Lex. So he flies to Luthor. Luthor's waiting for him, just flying up there. He's like, Clark, I can see why you like flying. You like to look down on us. So, yeah, this wasn't me. This is you. This is, the other thing, like, people forget is that how intelligent Superman can be. So add, that super intellect with Lex already. He's like a living computer now, and he's already like, look, I've already run the numbers. It's not me. There was a pandemic. There was, like, this unknown Kryptonian pathogen that has someone spread it across the world overnight. Like, this was fast, and it spread through the air, and now, someone has taken your DNA, Superman, and spliced it into a virus and given everyone powers. And Clark, and, Superman's like, how? Like, why would anyone do that? And Lex is like, no, you tell me, alien. Go ahead. Tell the world why everyone has powers now. And that's the other scary thing, is that you have, regular people who are either good or bad now living in a world like this, and some people just can't control those powers. There's a guy who, Superman has to deal with, like, there's a kid who has been bullied by white supremacists, and now he has the power to do something about that, but now they have superpowers too, so Clark has to, like, go in and stop this fight from wrecking everything. And he has to basically teach the world how to live like him. And the whole thing of it is that now people are starting to see, like, Superman's already dealing with people saying, like, oh, Superman, he's big, boring blue Boy Scout, no one can ever relate to Superman, and now the whole world has to relate to him, because now he has to really guide them through this whole thing while he's trying to figure out what was the big catalyst of what caused all this. But now he has to be this leader to all of them, because now he has to show the world, yeah, you could use my powers to do anything you want. You could use my powers to essentially do all the things you always wanted to do. But there's a moral reason why I don't do this. Like, people always say, like I wanted to have, like, one scene where people come up to us like, now we got powers, we can, like, go to some country and kill a dictator. We can kill him and free all the people, or we can do this, and this now. And Clark's like, no, you don't understand. It's not that simple. So that's the thing, is that now the whole world has to see the world through Superman's eyes. And yes, even Lois has powers now, and she's like, this is great. We can actually, like, I've had superpowers before. Like, I've had your powers before. And that's the other thing, is that, like, Lois, when she gets affected by this, she's like, I already know how to do this. This has been, like, what, the 8th time I've had Superman's powers? I've got this on lock. So yeah, Lois is already like, yeah, I already know how to do this. Perry is like, great Caesar's ghost, I am a god now. Jimmy is like, I don't need the watch anymore. Like, I want to have this moment where, like, Jimmy Olsen is like, I don't need Superman anymore. I can save myself. Bippo Butowski is like, yeah, now I could be Super Bippo. He puts on a shirt, he's got, like, a bee on, he's got, like, kind of an homage to the New 52 Superman with the jeans and the shirt and the little cape. He's like, yeah, now I can be Superman's super partner. So yeah. So while this is all going on, you're probably wondering, well, who's the person behind all of this? Like, who is the guy who's manipulating everything? It's Zod. Zod is the one who created this Kryptonian alteration, and yeah, that's the reason why Zod did that. And you're probably thinking, why Zod of all people would do that? Well, Zod's whole thing is, well, now that we're Kal-El, we're a dying race. Yeah, there's a few of us now. There's now, like, a small handful. We're never coming back. I made the realization that our people, are never going to come back. So I thought, if you can't beat them, make them join you. So because for those who forget, Zod is actually a very intelligent, he has the same scientific level genius as Jor-El did. So he fashioned this DNA-altering virus to alter the DNA of everyone on the planet Earth and basically make Earth a new Krypton. And, like, he was basically like, yeah, now that they're all they're basically going to be pseudo-Kryptonians, so we don't have to be alone anymore. I did this for us. I did this for, your human wife and your half-breed son. I did this for, I want, yeah. So you're welcome, Cal. You're welcome. I'll wait for a you're welcome. But Clark is like, no, this isn't right. this is not the way to do this. So yes, Superman, long story short, does defeat Zod. He reverts everyone back to having normal powers, and now there's like a whole new respect for Superman now that everyone has kind of walked through his eyes. So that was kind of the idea, is just being like, what if the whole, like, it takes that whole thing of, if everyone's super, then no one is, and it also shows, like, you know, what's it like being, you know, if you, it answers that question, what would you do with all of Superman's powers? So yeah, that was the other thing, like, I wanted to do, like, other fun, like, little side stories in here, like the Flash dealing with the Rogues Gallery, who now have all superpowers, Superman powers. The Joker has Superman's powers. All, like, a vast majority of Batman's rogues now have Superman-level powers, but thankfully so does Batman. But he's dealing with, I cannot get drunk off this god of being the powers of a god. I need to... But he's already, like, he's trying to resist the temptation of these powers. He knows, like, Clark can do it, I can't. You know, Clark can do this. Like, Clark can do this with no problem. I can't. So that was the fun idea. Like, it's like, what would you... It answers that question of what would you do if you woke up with Superman's powers? So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story? You guys like it, hate it? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.